New data shows Ohio leads the nation in bird flu cases. What officials say is the cause as states across the country work to stop the virus's spread.
We're prepared for widespread testing should the need arise.
Plus, connecting a community.
I'm here probably once a month. We've got jugs even for family members.
How a water source in Bookdale is providing fresh water and memories.
And in sports, high school basketball is here and the TVC titles could be clinched tonight. Newswatch starts right now. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alex and Wally.
And I'm Marielle Tepper. We have a bunch of stories tonight, but we want to start with breaking news out of Washington.
That's right. A judge temporarily blocks an executive order placing thousands of USAID employees on paid leave. The decision, released a little over an hour ago, says President Trump lacks the authority to shut down an agency enshrined in congressional legislation. This was the scene at the agency's headquarters where signs and lettering were covered or taken down. The American Foreign Service Association filed the motion asking for the injunction before thousands of USAID employees were set to go on paid leave at midnight tonight.
The move is part of President Trump and tech billionaire Elon Musk's plan to reshape the federal government. Experts worry about the access given to Musk and his Department of Government Efficiency.
There is no tinkering with the system. They are on read-only. They are looking. They can make no changes.
He was given unfettered access to not only look at that information, but also do something about it, such as stop payments.
The decision is likely to remain in effect while the judge considers whether to issue a more lasting block on the administration's efforts in a separate lawsuit on the issue. Clear skies are back in southeast Ohio today, but how long will they last?
For more, we want to send it over to forecaster Rachel Grant. Rachel, how long could we see these cold but nice weather we're having?
So it's not really expected to last that long. We're seeing some rain moving in, coming from Indiana, and that's really moving closer to us in the next couple of hours. But right now we're seeing a little bit of clouds developing right now. If you're just north of us in Zanesville, here's a closer look at that too. If you're just north of us, closer to Zanesville, we were seeing some pop-up showers earlier in the last hour or so. Might be dealing with some sprinkles. Maybe a little bit pop-up showers again, but most of us are staying relatively dry. And that's reflected on our current conditions right now. 38 outside and clear skies, but those won't really be, these conditions won't really be lasting for long. Coming in the next few hours, we'll be seeing more clouds developing overnight, which is why we'll be having mostly cloudy skies tonight with that low of 26. And that's actually setting us up nicely for some rains. Rain's really going to dominate all of Saturday, but we'll talk more about how this rain might affect Super Bowl Sunday in my full weather forecast. For now, we're going back to Alex.
Thanks, Rachel. 3 people are taken to the hospital after being stabbed on a charter bus traveling through Guernsey County.
The Ohio State Highway Patrol says troopers responded to the scene on Interstate 77 near the interchange for I-70 just before 12:30 p.m. yesterday. When they arrived, trooper arrested this man, 43-year-old Jason Stanek. The Cleveland native was also taken to the hospital with minor injuries. OSHP did not say what charges Stanek is facing. The incident remains under investigation.
New numbers from the U.S. Department of Agriculture show Ohio leads the nation in bird flu cases. More than 9 million birds in Ohio have contracted the deadly virus, which spreads through saliva and feces. That's up from 6 million reported in December. The director of the Ohio Department of Ag blamed the rapid spread on migratory birds, which spread the virus as they travel south. Health experts say anyone who is around poultry should thoroughly wash their hands after handling them. While there are currently no human cases of the virus, officials across the country are working to contain the spread. Today, New York's governor announced the state is temporarily shutting down all live bird markets in New York City and several counties after cases of bird flu were discovered in poultry. Lee Waldman brings us the latest from New York.
In the last week, New York Governor Kathy Hochul says inspectors uncovered 7 cases of bird flu in poultry at live bird markets in Queens, Brooklyn, and the Bronx during routine inspections. Friday, Hochul announced the state is shutting down markets in New York City as well as Westchester, Nassau, and Suffolk counties through February 14th.
For a week-long period, no poultry can be delivered to those live bird markets. Each uninfected market must sell down all inventory, undergo thorough cleaning and disinfection, and then remain closed for at least 5 days. Each must then be inspected by our state egg and markets before they can reopen.
Hochul says these are proactive steps to safeguard public health, and there is no immediate public health threat. The New York State Health Commissioner reiterated those statements, saying it's important to remain vigilant when addressing the threat of bird flu.
The New York State Department of Health is using all the tools at its disposal to monitor for avian influenza in human beings, and we're prepared for widespread testing should the need arise.
McDonald says there are no cases of bird flu in humans in New York. This latest scare comes just days after it was discovered 6 dairy herds in Nevada tested positive for a newer variant of the H5N1 bird flu virus that's been associated with severe infections in humans, according to the Nevada Department of Agriculture. Reporting for Newswatch, I'm Lee Waldman in New York.
New data shows the U.S. economy made an unexpected start to the new year. According to the Labor Department, the economy added 143,000 jobs in January and unemployment fell to 4%. Economists expected the unemployment rate to remain at 4.1% and 170,000 jobs to be added. Cold and severe weather, as well as the Southern California wildfires, were expected to be influential factors on January's report. However, officials say they had no discernible effect on payroll, earnings hours worked, or the unemployment rate. Today's jobs report comes as a first-time unemployment claims rose more than expected last week. An estimated 219,000 initial filings were made nationwide for unemployment insurance. Here in Ohio, over 70,500 people filed new unemployment claims last week. That's 290 more than the state reported 2 weeks ago.
Today is a critical moment for President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown as a Massachusetts judge considers a lawsuit from multiple states. It challenges an executive order on ending birthright citizenship for the children of some immigrants. The Trump administration is appealing a preliminary injunction from a similar case in Seattle. The administration is bringing its own lawsuit against officials in Illinois, Cook County, and Chicago. It argues law enforcement there must turn over undocumented immigrants to ICE, even if their only crime is being in the U.S. illegally.
Just let us know when you release them, let us be there. Let law enforcement work for law enforcement.
Advocates against the crackdown say undocumented immigrants who contribute to society and the economy deserve a pathway to citizenship, not mass deportations. A Bookdale landmark is bringing people together one sip of water at a time.
For generations, the Bookdale water trough has provided fresh spring water and memories for Southeast Ohioans. Newswatch reporter Sullivan Beach met with one man who travels miles just to get the water.
Sullivan, what makes this water so special?
Well, Alex, one thing that makes this water so special is how important it has been for generations of families. Most of the people I talk to say their families have been frequenting the watering spring for years. Take a look.
My grandpa came here for years and years and years.
Caleb Barnhart says that he frequents the watering trough once a month to get water.
Oh, I'm here probably once a month. We've got jugs even for family members that we're getting right now. So.
For as long as people can remember, the Bookdale watering trough has been a staple, built into the fabric of Southeast Ohio.
I would say most of the people in this town drink this water. And some people come from out of state. Like I've met people from New York. There's lots of people out of state. And we're on some kind of map of natural springs.
Taylor Reed drives all the way from Lancaster just for the water.
We live in Lancaster, it's about 45 minutes away, and the water's it's just not safe. The pH is through the roof. It's like 8.3.
He says the water in Bookdale is actually safer than the city water, which according to him has a pH level that is, quote, through the roof.
Here, it's about 7, depending on the day. So I tested for bacteria. It's just a live culture sample. It takes like 24 hours. Then I test it for just the mineral levels. I think I test 22 or 24 different levels, and that gives you like your pH and everything as well. You can buy those test strips on Amazon. They're relatively cheap.
For Travis Wendell, this has become more than just a watering spring, but a place to meet new and old friends.
Yes, I run into a lot of people that says that. So they haven't been here in years, or they used to come here when they was kids and they're coming back. Kids come here already, so they'll probably visit here. They've been coming their whole life too. So.
One fresh spring, connecting a community. Reporting for Newswatch, I'm Sullivan Beach. And while it's unknown when the Bookdale watering trough was built, local folklore says it was used by Morgan's Raiders during the Civil War. And reporting for Newswatch, I'm Sullivan Beach, live in studio.
Thanks, Sullivan. We're getting a first look at who will be performing at this year's Nelsonville Music Festival. Some of those announced in this round includes MJ Lenderman, The War and Treaty, and Low Cut Khan. The festival is a fundraiser and production for Stewart's Opera House. The festival is from June 20th to the 22nd. The Opera House serves year-round programming like its tuition-free arts program and more for local communities. The rest of the lineup, schedules, and more information can be found at nelsonvillefest.org.
Coming up, final preparations are underway for Super Bowl 59, but the big game could cause major stress. How you can enjoy Sunday's showdown.
And we're expecting some rain all day Saturday, but what about Super Bowl Sunday? Stay tuned to see my weather forecast when Newswatch returns.
The girls' regular season is winding down and we can taste tournament action.
And we're getting closer to crowning TVC Conference champions.
We'll have a new set of games to break down. Make sure to stay up to date throughout the week with the Full Court Press and follow us on Instagram, X, and Facebook for updates all season long.
For written content, head to woub.org/heroes and tune in right here next Sunday at 11 p.m. for episode 4 of Hardwood Heroes. For all of us here at Hardwood Heroes, we're reminding you to be heroic.
For more than 70 years, WOUB Public Media has been the place where people in our region turn to learn how stories of the past ignite the imagination of the future. It's where information, entertainment, and education work together to inform, enlighten, and inspire generations. It's the place where the community gathers to hear and see our world in new and innovative ways. WOUB, the public media you trust that's worthy of your support.
Did you know that you can donate property to WOUB Public Media? I'm WOUB Community Engagement and Membership Manager Sherry Russo. Donating property is a great way to support WOUB, and you may even claim a significant tax deduction. Properties in any location, condition, and format are eligible for donation to WOUB. Back taxes, mortgage balances, and deferred maintenance do not prohibit your ability to donate. Our program covers all loans, liens, commissions, and closing costs, so long as there is equity in the property. If you have a land, residential, or commercial real estate asset that's unused or costing you money, consider giving back to the station you love by donating it to WOUB.
And the process is easy. Go to WOUB.org and click the Support tab to learn about property donations, along with many other ways to support WOUB.
Welcome back to Newswatch. I'm Rachel Grant, and it is officially the weekend. We're starting off the weekend with some clouds coming in our area, and that's from this rain coming in from Indiana. And we're expecting a super rainy Saturday for this weekend. But if we're taking a closer look at our region, most of us are staying relatively dry. Maybe seeing some pop-up showers or feeling some sprinkles near Zanesville, just north of that. But most of us are staying relatively dry for this evening, and that's reflected on our for our recap for today, high of 41 with partly sunny skies. But as we go into tonight and the next few hours, we're going to see some more clouds building up. We're going to see mostly cloudy skies for tonight with that low of 26. But as we're going into tomorrow morning and especially around noon of Saturday, that's where we're going to be seeing most of the rain. So it's going to be a rainy day tomorrow with a high of 50. So here's a closer look at our radar for today. Starting at 7 p.m. tonight and going until Sunday at 11 a.m. So we're seeing some rain coming in at around 4 a.m. tonight, and that's really going to continue until around 10 p.m. But here's the majority of the rain. Starting time for that is going to be around 2 p.m. and really continue until 10 p.m. So the big majority of the rain is coming in the afternoon. It's all going to be lighter rain. It's just going to be consistent for most of the afternoon. And here's our standstill map for tomorrow. We're going to see most of tomorrow is going to be dominated by rain. As we're going into tomorrow night, we're going to be seeing this low pressure system shifting toward us a little bit here. Here's a better look at, but shifting toward Ohio, just staying there, helping the rain last a little bit more throughout tomorrow night, and maybe just seeing a little bit early Sunday morning, but staying clearing out before noon. So might be seeing some freezing rain, some light rain showers in the morning, but nothing much for the afternoon. And that's reflected on our 3-day outlook. We're going to be seeing some rain all day Saturday, but clearing out Sunday and Monday and staying relatively consistent for next week. As we're going into Monday and Tuesday, see mostly cloudy skies for Monday, but rain or snow is expected going into Tuesday, and clearing out really by Wednesday, seeing mostly rain. So staying relatively consistent with the temps along the cooler side. But as we're going into Thursday and Friday, just being a little bit chilly with a high of 39 for Thursday. Still might see a mixed precip on Thursday, but clearing out next Friday with a high of 41. So not really seeing any sunshine relatively soon other than Sunday, Monday. It's still being mostly cloudy skies, but mostly seeing just some rain for next week.
So, Rachel, Super Bowl Sunday is coming up. It's so exciting. Yes. What type of weather can we expect to see at the Superdome?
At the Superdome should be relatively clear. Not really seeing anything big happening for that, but kind of similar to us, mostly cloudy skies, but still, they're seeing more sunshine than us.
Well, it's great. Well, let's take us out to a live look in New Orleans. You are now going to take a live look at the Superdome, and where the final preparations for Super Bowl 59 are underway.
NFL fans from across the country are making their way to the Big Easy this weekend to watch the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. And while fans gear up for Sunday's big game, local officials are working to keep people safe. The Department of Homeland Security is increasing safety measures near the Superdome following last month's terrorist attack on Bourbon Street.
There will be checkpoints set up all over areas. We will be on the lookout for those things. Our plans are very comprehensive, and all of our agents and law enforcement personnel, our canine handlers, they're all ready for this event.
700 federal agents will also be deployed around the Superdome to make sure fans are safe. The game kicks off Sunday at 6:30 p.m. on Fox.
Whether you're watching the Super Bowl for the big plays or even just for the commercials, the night can be fun for all. But for some fans, it also brings anxiety, anger, and frustration. Mandy Gaither has more on when to take a timeout from football to help your mental health.
Watching football is supposed to be fun, a healthy distraction from stressors in our lives, until it isn't.
Big games can be fun to watch, but also extremely stressful, and that's a pretty common occurrence.
Clinical psychologist Adam Borland with Cleveland Clinic says the sense of connection some have to their team can actually provoke anxiety, especially when the game's not going their way. It can take a toll on a fan's mental health.
And we may lose focus in terms of what it is. And it's a game, right? And it's something that hopefully we can share with friends and family.
If the Super Bowl is stressing you out, Borland says take a temporary time out because those feelings can impact your mood and your relationships with others.
Maybe go watch the game in a quieter room. Maybe go outside and take a walk. That's okay. In fact, that's encouraged, because then we can kind of be a better version of ourselves and actually enjoy the experience.
Practicing mindfulness, deep breathing, and positive self-talk can also help. Borland says for some fans, a team's loss can feel overwhelming.
That's why it's really important to maintain communication with one's support system and to really process, yes, this was just a game, but it's really triggering other negative feelings that I might be experiencing.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And in sports, no girls games in the TVC tonight, but the boys could have some serious implications. We could see both the TVC Hawking and TVC Ohio champs crowned tonight, so be sure to stick around with us after the break for more on that.
Understanding the past gives a sense of the future. This is the first time that anyone has seen this in 2,000 years.
This is amazing.
Well, I'm excited now.
Pompeii is a battle against time.
You think I'm joking, but look at this. It did really happen.
Don't let anybody tell you who you are.
History teaches us to honor the past.
When you look back, you're like, wow, that was pretty special.
This is something that's actually altering the course of history.
You're charged with keeping these stories alive.
After 60 years of almost constant movement out of the South, the Great Migration was reversing course.
Every black entrepreneur, they were all descending on Atlanta.
Do you see the reverse migration as a kind of reclaiming of the South?
I don't think the South has ever truly left us. It is just that homecoming that says, I have a place here.
Tuesday at 9 on WOUB.
Welcome back to Newswatch. I'm Donovan Varney, coming at you live from right outside Ben Wagner Gymnasium, home of the Nelson v. York Buckeyes, where the boys have a TVC Ohio rematch that could determine the champion of this conference tonight. But for the girls, their conference was decided last night in Athens. So the Nelson v. York Lady Buckeyes hit the road to face Athens last night, where the Lady Bulldogs celebrated their lone senior, Asa Holcomb. A win would secure the conference title for Athens, and the Lady Buckeyes opened with some sharp shooting from Maddie Pidcock to get ahead. The Lady Bulldogs' impressive shooting and rebound proved too much for NY as they ended up winning 62-40. Here's what Coach had to say after becoming back-to-back TVC Ohio champs.
It's just exciting. Last year was a lot of fun. They were very hungry, just like this year. They carried it over well, and like I said, I'm super proud of them.
And here's a final look at how the TVC Ohio shaped out for the girls, with the regular season coming to a close this week. Alexander finished just behind Athens in second. River Valley, Vinton County, and Nelson v. York finished third, fourth, and fifth. And Wellston and Meigs round out the last two spots. And finally, a look at the Hawking. Waterford clinched with an undefeated conference record, while Belpre and Federal Hawking tie for second. Trimble and Southern take the fourth and fifth place spots, while Eastern goes winless in the conference and falls to last place. While the girls have their final results, and there's a chance the boys could get theirs tonight too. If Southern beats Belpre, they would clinch the TVC Hawking outright, while Meigs is banking on an NY win against VC tonight to secure their first conference title since 1987. VC and NY just faced each other less than a week ago, and VC won in a high-scoring 80-76 matchup. This time around, the Buckeyes get to play host, and they're looking to right their wrongs. The duo of Alec Thompson and Bryant Call will suit up tonight to match up against VC's Cobra Sharp and Hayden Reynolds. A win tonight for the Buckeyes would boost their chances at getting a home game in the playoffs and would make Meigs the TVC Ohio champs. So, if you're a Marauders fan, be sure to root for NY tonight. And here's a look at the Ohio standings entering this one as well. Meigs and VC battling it out at the top with a comfortable lead. The Marauders will go on to face River Valley tonight, and Athens will take on Wellston as well. Now over in the Hawking, Southern and Belpre will duke it out for the top spot in the conference. The last time these two met, the Tornadoes topped the Golden Eagles 64-56. Belpre will have a chance to stay alive in the conference race with a win tonight. As for Southern, a win in tonight's game would give the Tornadoes their first conference title since 2014. I think it's safe to say there's a lot at stake between these two teams. And finally, we've got to look at those TVC Hawking standings. The top two seeds face off tonight, while Trimble and Eastern, and then Waterford and Federal Hawking will also play each other this evening. Lots of good stuff across the board in the TVC tonight, but make sure you stick around. For Sunday, we got episode 4 of Hardwood Heroes coming out then at 11 p.m. on WOUB and the WOUB YouTube channel. But that's all we have for sports. Send it back over to you guys in studio.
Thanks, Donovan. Still ahead, a nurse in Philadelphia has a special surprise for new babies at her hospital. How she is getting the newest Eagles fans ready for the Super Bowl.
Here's to an undisturbed night. Let's hope.
I just want to be with you.
Would you like me to make you another coffee?
Nah, that was horrible.
Work is indeed a good distraction for matters of the heart.
A little bit far-fetched, don't you think?
I do like it when the house is full and happy.
So do I.
What time is it? Party time. We can all be together. It's good to be back.
Sunday on WOUB.
You're a mother-to-be, and I'm your midwife. The more you tell me, the more I can help you.
The Board of Health have declared war on Nonata's house.
What are we going to do, sister?
We are going to fight back.
This is our place in the community.
We are going to do this together.
We're on the precipice of a great discovery.
I love it.
Welcome! Whoa, Nelly!
Let's set this palace
On fire.
I love it.
Welcome to the News Hour.
What does it mean politically?
Oh.
Fasten your seatbelt. I love it. I love it.
Delighted to hear it. You make a good team.
For generations, Chautauqua Institution has sparked discussion, debate, and sometimes controversy. Now, in celebration of their 150th anniversary, jazz legend Wynton Marsalis performs his masterpiece, All Rise, exploring how America can turn our differences into collective creativity.
Every place was like a temple to how amazing humans are.
Tuesday at 10 on WOUB.
A high school near Madison, Wisconsin has one of the most unique rosters in the country. The Sun Prairie East Cardinals girls basketball team is made up of 40 girls, and mixed within those players are not one, not two, but 3 sets of twins. The team's motto is building a legacy, though this may not exactly be the kind of legacy they originally meant. One pair of twins says there's nothing else quite like playing with their sister.
Just always having someone like with you, really in any situation. Kind of just always have someone, never like really alone.
The team's head coach says it's a special thing to have so many sisters playing on the court. Now, as the Philadelphia Eagles prepare to take on the Kansas City Chiefs in Super Bowl 59, One Philly Hospital is making sure everybody is ready for the big game.
Oh, that's right. A Pennsylvania nurse is making Eagles onesies for newborns. Nurse Crystal Hallenmeyer is making the customized onesies. She says she loves sharing personal touches with the new families. One lifelong Eagles family says rooting for the team is a family affair that will now include their new baby.
Excited that she's came at just the right time, that she's going to be here for potentially an Eagles Super Bowl victory.
How cute. The Eagles face the Chiefs in Super Bowl 59 this Sunday. The kickoff is at 6:30.
Oh, that is adorable, but I think the babies would look a little bit cuter in some brown and orange.
See, that just puts some distaste in my mouth as a Steelers fan. I don't think I can agree.
Before we get too heated, Rachel, why don't you give us one last look at the weather?
Yeah, tonight we'll be seeing mostly cloudy skies, 26 as our low, but it's really setting us up for some rain on Saturday, but clearing out for Super Bowl Sunday. Going to be seeing mostly cloudy skies Sunday into Monday with some chances of rain and snow going into Tuesday through Thursday.
All right. Well, thank you so much. That does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching.
Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. Have a great night.